The main event, the number 3 pound-for-pound fighter in the world, Merab, makes the quick turnaround to face the number 2 ranked Peter Yan. On the Monday after Merab's title defense at UFC 320.
And he just announced that you are the main event of... Let's dance, my friend. Let's dance. Yeah. How do we do it? How do we do it?
That's
He is the champion of the world, UFC 320. Yeah! There he is. Yes! That's the pride of Georgia. The pride of Tbilisi. The pride of the bantamweight division.
I got one more. Let's call it in.
I think he brings a whole new challenge that I've not really had before. The same that I have with him. He's just like, his style is different to a lot of heavyweights. He moves really well.
Yeah.
He's nimble. He's super fit, super athletic. I think we're both going to be in a stage where I think to get to him, we both need to be.
When Dana White goes live, the world of combat sports listens, and this time he didn't disappoint. The UFC president jumped on Instagram Live to reveal what might be one of the most stacked cards of the year, the final numbered event of 2025. The announcement sent shockwaves through the MMA world as fans learned that UFC 323 wouldn't feature not one, but 2 major title fights, and the long-awaited return of some of the sport's biggest names.
Champ Tom Aspinall faces number 1 contender Cyril Gane, and Verna Jandiroba faces Mackenzie Dern for the women's strawweight title, because you all know Weili Zhang is moving up to flyweight to face Valentina Shevchenko. Also, that weekend, Power Slap 16 live and free on YouTube, and that's Friday, October 24th, and that starts at noon on the East Coast. Now let's go to UFC 323 from T-Mobile Arena on December 6th.
And topping the bill, a rematch that fans have been begging for. At the heart of UFC 323 stands Merab Dvalishvili, the relentless bantamweight champion, as a new challenger. Peter Yan, the man who once ruled the same division. Dvalishvili comes into this fight on the back of a dominant 2025 campaign. After defeating Corey Sandhagen at UFC 320, he now prepares to defend his title for the 4th time this year, something no UFC fighter has ever achieved before. That's a record even champions like Alex Pereira and Stipe Miocic couldn't touch. But Merab isn't chasing numbers, he's chasing legacy.
The main event, the number 3 pound-for-pound fighter in the world, Merab, makes the quick turnaround to face the number 2 ranked Peter Yan. On the Monday after Merab's title defense at UFC 320, came into the offices here and told us how important it was for him to break the record for the most title defenses in a year. Merab's on a 14-fight win streak and is looking to make an unprecedented 4th title defense in under a year. Merab already holds UFC records for the most takedowns ever, but a win would move him into 2nd place for longest win streak ever. He's got the most bantamweight wins, most bantamweight title wins.
For Peter Yan, this is redemption. Once considered one of the most complete strikers in the UFC, the Russian powerhouse built his name through ruthless precision and icy calm. He tore through 6 opponents in a row, defeated Jose Aldo, and became bantamweight king in 2020. But after losing the title to Aljamain Sterling through a controversial disqualification, things started to spiral. He regained an interim title against Sandhagen, but then fell into a rough 3-fight skid, losing to Sterling again, to Sean O'Malley, and to Merab himself.
It's gonna be a new fight. I'm sure he take a lot of advice from our last fight, and I'm sure he will correct lots of things that where I have success, and it's gonna be different fight and different challenge for me, but I'm not afraid of challenge. Peter Yan, we all know he's a good striker. He has good takedown defense, and he has dangerous like a technique, and who knows, but that's why I want to challenge, and I don't wanna sit around I'm not gonna sit, but I don't want to travel. I want to keep fighting, and I know that I not always will.
Now the rematch gives Yan a shot at rewriting his story. 2 men who've walked the same path before, one defending dominance, the other clawing for redemption.
Brawo, жестко. Отлично, еще раз.
But here's the twist. Even Merab himself didn't know he was headlining UFC 323. During a live interview with Ariel Helwani, the champion learned in real time that Dana White had just announced his next title defense. The moment left him stunned and speechless, and he even started dancing to this news.
So this is very exciting, Merab. But as we sit here right now, breaking news, because Dana White just went on Instagram, they're telling me in my ear, and he just announced that you are the main event of Let's dance, my friend. Let's dance. Yeah. How do we do it? How do we do it?
That's
Champion of the world, UFC 320. Yeah! There he is. Yes! That's the pride of Georgia. The pride of Tbilisi. The pride of the bantamweight division. December 6th, UFC 323, T-Mobile Arena, main event, 4 title defenses in 2025, rematch against 50% Petr Yan.
He smiled and said he hadn't been told a thing, but it didn't matter. He was ready, because for Dvalishvili, fighting is a way of life. He's already talking about stepping back into the octagon again by March 2026, barely 12 weeks after this fight. His mindset is simple. Stay active, stay sharp, and keep evolving. He doesn't fear losing, he only fears slowing down.
Last time you were on my show, you were telling me, oh, I should fight in New York, this and that, and then I find out you already knew that you weren't fighting in New York. You remember that? You keep a good secret.
No, this one I don't know this news.
No, you don't know this news. I don't have the video. Is there a video?
Wow, amazing.
So you're the main... Did you not know this?
Well, I have no idea, I promise, because I...
What do you mean? They don't tell you this beforehand?
No, they never guarantee you, you know? No, so I tell you, he said he will try his best, and he told me the Petr Yan no have visa, and
Wow.
That's what they told me.
So you really didn't know?
I don't...
Danny didn't tell you?
But, so, okay, how it works with UFC, you tell...
Rob, what is it about Corey Sandhagen that makes you think you can get that knockout, and how aggressive will you be in trying to get it?
Nobody give me any problems, even in striking. You know, I fought Petr Yan, I fought Jose Aldo, I fought Sean O'Malley 2 times. Nobody can do shit. So I'm the GOAT, I'm the champion, and I will prove it again.
While the main event has fans buzzing, the co-main event is just as explosive, and maybe even more emotional. Because for the first time in months, the legendary Henry Cejudo returns, and this one might be his last. The Olympic gold medalist, 2-division UFC champion, and one of the sport's greatest minds, has decided to give it one more shot. He'll face Payton Talbot, one of UFC's most promising rising stars, a young contender who's quickly building his name with skill, charisma, and the kind of hunger only youth can bring.
And a badass fight between former 2-division champ Henry Cejudo and Payton Talbot. So there you have it. UFC 323 from T-Mobile Arena on December 6th. Tickets go on sale next Friday, October 24th, only on AXS. Yeah, that's it. That's all I got.
For Cejudo, this isn't about proving anything to the fans anymore. It's personal. After coming out of retirement in 2023 to chase Aljamain Sterling's title, he suffered back-to-back decision losses. One to Dvalishvili, another to Song Yadong, and at 38 years old, with lingering injuries and an already legendary resume, he began hinting that the end was near. He even told former US President Donald Trump during a meeting at the NCAA Wrestling Finals, "I've got one more, and I'm calling it." In preparation for UFC 322, where his teammate Jack Della Maddalena faces the unstoppable Islam Makhachev, Volkanovski flew out unannounced to join his camp. The gym lights up as the two Aussie warriors, both champions in their own right, join forces.
For people that are doubting him, how dangerous is he for Islam, especially everything that you know about Islam and the time you've spent with Adrian?
I mean, you can't doubt him. Look, he's a welterweight, and you've got Bilal, who's a grappler, wrestler. Look how he handled that. And then you know he's a beast on the feet. And then he's early, and I guarantee you from that fight, his confidence in grappling and takedown defense has just gone to a whole nother level. So he's going to be an absolute nightmare. So he's a weapon. So I mean, I know that Islam's not taking this one light.
Photo from inside Perth's famed scrappy MMA gym show the Dream Team in full motion. Volk, Madalena, and elite grappler Craig Jones all grinding side by side. Their mission? To take down Makhachev, the man who's dominated everyone placed in front of him.
I think it's a super difficult fight for Islam, this one. Obviously, he's faced Volk twice. We'll forget about the second one, but the first one, very competitive with the grappling. And now we're talking about he's facing a guy that's some of the best scrambling ability, I think, period, in all of MMA. And I think that's what Belal struggled with. Jack, as you saw in that fight, some of his off balances and grip breaks and some of the things he does, it's really hard to prepare for that. So I think like Islam, the size difference is going to be quite a lot bigger than people think. Seeing the skill sets, like this is a perfect one.
This has even boosted the motivation level of Jack Della Maddalena, and he's rooting a different game plan for Islam Makhachev with the help of Alexander Volkanovski.
I think Islam Makhachev is a better version of Belal. The striking on the feet, I think it's easier than Belal because he'll stay in one stance. He's more traditional style.
Will you pick Volk's brain?
Yeah, 100%. I definitely plan. After the last 2 fights, I've spent a bit of time in Wollongong. So yeah, I think probably the first stop. We go to Wollongong, talk to Volk, see what he reckons. Watch all his fights again, make a solid game plan, and then just start working at it. From pretty much now, I'm going to start working on ways to beat him, different ways to get back to my feet, stuff in the takedown, but I'm pretty confident I can get this one done.
For Volkanovski, it's not about fame or attention, it's about brotherhood. He's not only training with Madalena, but also helping him strategize, walking through fight scenarios, fine-tuning grappling defenses, and offering the mindset of a champion who's already fought Makhachev twice.
Islam Makhachev is going to be fighting Jack Della Maddalena. How do you think those two match up?
I think Jack's fight against Belal was a perfect fight for leading into that. Just purely, you take a lot out of stop and takedowns, because again, every fighter's still going to have little doubts that are going to creep in. I'm sure Jack was going through that, being like, all right, worrying about, what if he takes me down and all that. But the fact that he was able to stop it and feel so comfortable, I guarantee you he's leveled up again. His confidence in his takedowns has just went up significantly leading into this fight. I think his confidence is going to be at a whole nother level. So through camp, I guarantee you, if he's back in training right now, people trying to take him down are going to find it almost impossible. Only the top guys are going to have a chance of taking him down, and they're going to have a very hard time even holding him down.
And if that wasn't enough, whispers are already spreading about Volkanovski himself possibly headlining a massive Sydney card in February 2026 in a rematch against Brazilian star Diego Lopes. True, that could be another blockbuster event for Australian MMA and another step in Volk's already historic run.
You have a big problem for the title, no? I waited for a rematch with Volk. I think now I'm much better fighter of the last time. I wanted the rematch with Volk.
That's what you want next. You want the title shot next.
I hope.
I hope. And do you think there is a chance that they give it to you?
Meanwhile, in the heavyweight division, another storm is brewing, and it's coming from Tom Aspinall. The British powerhouse, known for his speed and technique, has released new sparring footage ahead of his showdown with Cyril Gane at UFC 321. But instead of hype, the footage stirred worry. Fans flooded the comments, claiming he looked off, sloppy even, and began predicting doom against Gane. Some said his chin was too high, others called his striking reckless. Gane is going to f*** him up, one fan wrote after seeing the video. He strikes like a regional bum, just running forward chin up in the air. However, one viewer made the observation that it may be bait, meant to spark intrigue in the matchup. So funny how people don't get that these are bait videos baiting you into thinking this is how he fights. They rode bunch of amateurs, but Aspinall, as always, was 2 steps ahead. On his YouTube channel, he revealed that not everything was as it seemed. The sparring clips, he said, were carefully chosen, only what he wanted the public to see. In other words, a little bait for the critics. He admitted that mistakes in the footage were intentional, meant to mislead, to create chatter, to keep everyone guessing, but if there is one thing Aspinall understands, it's the psychology of fight hype.
Next week, we'll catch a little bit of sparring footage. Not too much. I'm not going to be showing too much off before you may criticise us, get on there and say, don't show all you sparring. Don't look. We show you what we want to show you. Wow. We put out what people want to see and what we want people to see. So if there are mistakes in the sparring, which there will be, it's because we want you to see them. So
behind the camera, he's been grinding harder than ever, training harder than ever in his final hard sessions before the big night in Abu Dhabi. Fans may not see the full picture, but Aspinall knows exactly what he's doing. And when asked about Cyril Gane, he gave the ultimate respect. He knows the Frenchman isn't like the others. Gane moves differently, light on his feet, fast, athletic. Aspinall believes the fight will push both men to the edge, forcing them to dig deep until exhaustion takes over.
Day one of work, let's just get to it.
No, I think this is just another fight for me.
Sick.
Okay. I don't like to put that kind of pressure on myself. It's just like, I got a fight, I got an opponent, we got to work towards that. Cyril's really good as well, so.
He's fucking sick.
He's good, and I think he brings a whole new challenge that I've not really had before. The same that I have with him. He's just like, his style is different to a lot of heavyweights. He moves really well.
Yeah.
He's nimble. He's super fit, super athletic. I think we're both going to be in a stage where I think to get to him, we both need to be pretty exhausted.
Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah.
And that's not something that I've really had to deal with too much before. A lot of heavyweights quite slow and ploddy. He isn't like that at all. So I think we both need to, I need to be super, super fit, and I need to get to a stage where both of us.
While the headlines swirl around Merab and Cejudo, there is another story unfolding across the world, one that's quietly reshaping the map of mixed martial arts. In Perth, Alexander Volkanovski, one of the sport's most respected champions, just pulled off a surprise of his own. As 2025 nears its end, the UFC isn't slowing down, it's only heating up. Dana White's final announcement of the year has everything. 2 championship fights, the possible farewell of a double champ, the return of a relentless king, and the rise of a new generation. It's a lineup that defines what makes the UFC special. Unpredictability, courage, and the never-ending hunger to fight again. UFC 323, 2 titles, 1 night, and a promise of fireworks. And if you're just as hyped like we are, share your thoughts in the comments and do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Until next, see ya.